Hello and welcome back to Vet Talks. Today I want to talk a little bit of right seat, left seat. Is that how you say it? Basically, we pushed into this area and we've been doing all our patrols. I'm in Iraq. This is 2003. We pushed into Ramadi. We're hanging out. At this point, we had moved from staying at I had stated that we were staying at one of Saddam Hussein's palaces, but we moved. We moved over across the river. There was a prison. We took over a prison area, and this prison area must have been horrible because it had a lot of. When you went in certain rooms, there was a lot of pictures depicting what they were going to do. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of horrific things that happened to the civilians there. But the time is getting to where another unit's going to come in. Now, we were used to other units coming in because we had pushed in with the original, with the unit that came in, and they ended up moving up towards a different area. They went to Al Asad Air Base, but they left us there because we were used to. We were basically a critical asset for anybody that wanted to use us. So they would basically lend us out to other units that were going to come in. And they would tell us, hey, these guys are good for QRF and what have you. And the funny thing is, every time another unit would come in, we would always be like, man, hey, man, we're low on some ammo. You got anything you can spare? You got some extra grenades? Oh my God, we ended up with so much ammo. We ended up with every vehicle we had 2 Claymores, 2 AT4s, and hand grenades, and we were an arsenal, So we were definitely ready for to get into some trouble. Well, take care of, finish, some issues. But so there was one night we were doing a patrol, and there was this particular curve. Everything's at night, and usually we would travel. Sometimes we would travel like 6 Humvees. We had 6 Humvees. We would just go around like a big old caravan. So we're traveling, and towards the end, vehicle got hit with a boulder. The size of the rock was basically the size of your head, and they chunked it at the gunner because the gunner sits on top. And we didn't have I guess later on they had all these shields around the gunners, whatever. No, ours was just popped open a hatch. The guy comes up. There's a gun mount, so there's not a lot of shields. So they threw this huge rock to, I guess, take out one of our gunners. So we had stopped. Hey, somebody just tried to, kill us with a rock or whatever. So we sit and we're kind of like looking what's going on, and all of a sudden this, I want to say it was a luxury car. It was a white car. Pulls up, but we're stopped. And it's the middle of the night. So he pulls up and he's trying to get past us. And at this point, like I said, we don't have interpreters. So he's sitting there and he's just going off on, let me go. Basically, he's like, hey, I got to get by. I got to get by you guys. And we're not having it because we're still trying to figure out who threw this rock. We're trying to figure out the situation. What's going on? Behind that car is a taxi. A taxi comes out. And the guy is an old man. He's in the taxi, and he gets out and he's yelling. He's yelling something, but he speaks a little bit of English. So I go over there and I confront the guy. I said, "What does he want? Why are you being given all this ruckus? What's going on?" And he explains that the car, the white car, the luxury car, is his car, and those people had just stole it from him. And he was trying to, so here we are, we're trying to figure out this other situation. We find out this poor old man got carjacked. So we take the car, we take the man, we take the thieves, and we go back to base and we explain the whole situation. And the guy was grateful that he was able to get his car back, and we're able to get these guys that had stolen it. And I forget, at this point, I want to say we're working with the local police. We do have a rapport with the local police. Don't exactly trust them all the time, and they may literally be some of the people that are attacking us. But at this point, we're there to help them. We're not here to, make up our, in the end, we want to hand over, back to the government. Back, we're just, this is a record freedom, so we're trying to give them back a society that they don't have to live in, this. Like I said, we're staying at this prison place. We don't want people getting taken in there and tortured or whatever. We're trying to make it to where you have a normal society. So we're working with the police and stuff like that. So later on, we get a report, hey, we got the 82nd Airborne coming in. Now, at this point, I was with the 82nd Airborne, and I moved over to Fort Carson, Colorado. So I'm with 4th ID now. And so I'm telling these guys, oh man, 82nd's coming in. Y'all gonna see some, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to see some hard chargers? 82nd's coming in. So they tell me, hey, we want you to go down the highway. They should be coming up Highway 1. I want you to go down there and link up with them, and then bring them in so that way they know exactly where to go. No problem. We got 2 vehicles. We go out there. We're sitting there. We're waiting. We're playing the waiting game. Now, when you're playing the waiting game, what else you gonna do? So I pull out my Game Boy, and I'm playing Pokemon. I mean, I think I already logged like 72 hours in this game or whatever. So I'm playing it, and I'm looking at and all of a sudden something catches my eye. I see in the distance, in the rear view mirror, because we're parked where they can just come up behind us and we'll go forward. So in the rear view mirror, I see a military truck, military vehicle, but it's way down there. And I'm wondering, how come they're not coming up? Okay. We drive. We're going up on these guys, and these guys are on the ground. They're in a fighting position. They're ready to go at it. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what are y'all looking at? What do y'all want to fight with? What's going on? In the distance, I see the local police. Local police, they have, little trucks. And, they got their machine gun mounted. It says police on the side of the vehicle, and they have uniforms. Yeah, they got AKs. So these guys are thinking that these guys are the enemy. And I'm like, this is not gonna be good. If you guys are just freaking out on these guys. So I tell them, get up off the ground. Get back in your vehicles. And I go over to the local police and I tell them, hey, don't worry about this. You'll be okay. Just come on, just go by. I'm trying to use whatever, body language. Like I said, I don't have interpreters. I'm just, okay, go ahead. So, they kind of know who we are because they're used to seeing us. Now you got these new guys coming in and they're all fidgety and, they're ruining the reputation that I'm telling everybody about these, 82nd Airborne coming in. Now, normally when I'm driving, I would have my window down and I would have my weapon across. So I would drive like this. I would have, my weapon at the ready. If I got to start shooting, right? So I could drive and shoot. And, but we're doing a right seat right. So I'm not in that posture right now. Take my weapon, I put it to the side. I put it over here. I'm both hands on the wheel, but I got my weapon over here now. So like I said, we're doing this right seat ride, and all of a sudden, I'm telling them about the story. I'm telling them the story about how when we were in this area that somebody had chunked a big boulder at us. Now, you got to remember when I say, there was it was a trust, and I don't trust the local police, right? These guys could be the ones doing a lot of this stuff because they can get close to us. It's not hard for them to be, acting like the good guys, being the bad guys. It's just the way it is. So I'm telling them the story as we're going around this curve, and all of a sudden, whah, pah, I heard a pah, and oh my God, how dare you in the middle of me trying to do this right seat ride with the 82nd Airborne guys, and now you're going to take a pop shot at us? Oh, heck no. Grab my weapon, pull it out. I see is a policeman. He's in uniform, and I've identified him as the shooter. He's right next to this house, and I'm driving, and I start. I'm going at him. He moves out of the way. I can't get him. I'm still going. I'm driving. I'm just shooting because now it becomes suppressive fire. You know, somebody's out there taking a pop shot at us. Ain't gonna happen in my watch. So I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna defend my 82nd Airborne buddies. So I'm driving, and I'm looking and I'm seeing where the rounds are hitting. So there was that mud hut where the guy was at. There's an open field, and then there's a donkey tied to a tree, and I'm seeing my rounds it going towards the donkey. And I tell myself, don't shoot the donkey, leave the donkey alone. So I put it there and I just chalk it up as like, man, those suckers got a good shot at us. You know, they got a good pop shot at us. And man, I'm all pissed off. I'm mad. So we go back to base. Come to find out, no, it was one of the 82nd Airborne guys had what you call a negligent discharge. He's sitting there and he shot, causing me to go into combat mode, almost shooting this guy and almost killing Donkey. Oh my God, this is horrible. So sometimes when you're doing a right seat right, it doesn't always go smooth. And it doesn't always go well. But sometimes that's just the way it is. You know, you have to have a good, I would say a good handoff, because these people have to understand that, you know, not everybody here's the enemy. Not everybody here's the bad guy. You know, I wish I could have gone back and apologized to that guy, but you know what? It is what it is. You know, sometimes you react. You don't think about it. You just go into combat mode, and that's the way it is. I'm just grateful that I didn't have my weapon there like I normally would. I'm glad I didn't have that, because I guarantee you it would have been bad. So with that being said, I'll talk to y'all later.